liner και στο τέλος θα υπάρξει και επίσης η παρουσίαση μιας ταινίας για εφαρμογή splicing, για κάποιες κάποια ειδικά film. Τα μικρόφωνα είναι απενεργοποιημένα. Μόνο κάποιος από εμάς μπορεί να σας δώσει το λόγο, και το οποίο θα γίνει φυσικά αν σηκώσετε το χέρι ότι χρειάζεται να υποβάλλετε κάποια ερώτηση. Για ακόμα μια φορά σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για το που βρήκατε τον χρόνο να μας επισκεφτείτε και να είστε παρόντες σε αυτή τη συνάντηση. Και τώρα ήρθε η ώρα να δώσω το λόγο στον ομιλητή μας, ο οποίος είναι ο κύριος Jürgen Dostal, είναι Original Market Manager για τη φλεξογραφία, υπεύθυνος για όλη την Ανατολική Ευρώπη. Jürgen, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Dionysus. So, hello everyone out there. My name is Jürgen Dostal, Regional Market Manager for Flexo Print and Paper. And I'd like to introduce you to some of our new product launches. And on the list we have tesa twin lock sleeves, for those who don't know about this technology. We're going to talk about our structured liner launch, which is called Softprint Easy Application, EA. And finally, we have some news also in the splicing area. So for critical surface material which is hard to splice, we have some news, some new product which you can try. So I'm trying to make this presentation as lively as possible, and I'm going to switch in between this camera, another camera, and some presentation in order to make it most entertaining for you. And actually, I would like to start with a short presentation. So let me just share my screen. Coming to the very first topic, it is about our tesa twin lock self-adhesive sleeves. As the headline implies here, it is about sleeves which are self-adhesive. So the difference to the ones you might be using, the typical hard-coated sleeves, we offer you a sticky layer on the surface which comes with some benefits. First of all, I would like to explain to you the build-up of this twin lock product. So we are talking about a base sleeve. The base sleeve itself can be chosen by you. So we are cooperating with any of the big sleeve suppliers. Is it Rotec, Polyvest, Axyl, Tech Sleeves, whatever it is, whatever you prefer, you can take. And on top of that, we put our open cell polyurethane foam, which is a different formulation to what you typically use in plate mounting. Not only in the formulation itself, so we are comparing polyethylene to polyurethane, and polyurethane has way better characteristics, for instance, when it comes to bouncing compensation, not only the formulation, but also the thickness of the product. Yeah? So the foam we put on the base sleeve has about 3 times the thickness of a normal plate mounting tape, and therefore gives you better characteristics. Then we have a stabilization layer. The stabilization layer is actually needed because we are not coating our twin lock layer on the foam, but on the stabilizing film. The stabilizing film can also carry some additional information which makes your life easier, like scribe lines, like repeat information, and so on. Yeah, and on the very top, we are talking about our self-adhesive twin lock layer, and this twin lock layer can be reactivated. So you can use it again and again and again. You don't have to buy the tape, you don't have to mount the tape, demount and throw away. This is all included into the product. It's all built in. So before I come to the hands-on session, very briefly, the benefits you're getting out of this product. So let's start with reaching sustainability targets. As I mentioned, you don't have to buy the tape and use it and throw away. You just reactivate the surface of the sleeve. How it looks like, I can show you in a minute. This is something, the garbage, the trash you're creating here can be quite significant. So we have customers where we calculated like how many football fields they saved in a year in square meters, or in another account, we calculated like a ball of foam, of pure foam compressed with a diameter of 8 meters. You must imagine in front of you is something what you're creating over a year and what you can get rid of. Don't worry, just print is a slogan I like very much, because at the end, you're not further selling our products. No, you're selling printed results. And so this must be in the center of attention. And with our products, with TwinLog in this case, we give you something which takes away some worries of your printers. So it's a very precise diameter, so you come quickly into your preferred settings and have little waste produced also in the press with this. And also what I mentioned before, the foam used in this product is of superior characteristics that it can, for instance, also compensate bouncing, which can be a pain in the press. So it is a smart product. Number 3, very important, of course, in these competitive times, we are talking about cost savings. Coming back to the slogan, you're not buying tape anymore. You have it inbuilt. Of course, the sleeve in comparison to a standard hard-coated is at the beginning more expensive, but you will see if you give us the data, how often you use, which sleeve diameter you would actually look into, we can give you a very attractive return on investment calculation. So in many repeats, it's easily done within a few months when you're using the repeats frequently. So that's the time for me to step out of this. And now going back and sharing my camera view. All right. So if I'm too tiny in your camera, there must be an opportunity where you can click to make the picture bigger. That might help if you want to follow what I'm doing here now. This is a table for demonstration. We can also transport in any of the facility if you want to see training in your side as well. I have a TwinLog sleeve with me, as you can see here, and all the tools which are required, we are supporting you with. So what you typically would do with a TwinLog sleeve is to use some of our activator. It's a solvent mix, basically. You put it onto some cloth. We can also provide, wrap it around a piece of cork, which makes it quite handy to use. And then you are simply cleaning the surface. And we are recommending this before every usage. When you take it out press, take off the plates, leave it as it is, it's all fine, but clean it, make sure it's clean before you mount another set. Yeah? So how does it look like? You use the activator, soak it up onto this cloth, and then you simply go from left to right. Like this, and at the end, as you might have seen on this blog a little earlier, you collect all the dirt and dust, and in some cases, when you have very demanding diameters, small diameters, we can also provide you some adhesion promoter. Yeah? This can come additionally. It's no must-have, but you can use it if you're running into problems. Besides this, so once it's cleaned, the sleeve is prepared. Just give it 1-2 minutes to let the solvents evaporate, and then you're ready to mount. We are recommending that you clean also the backside of the plates, with a solvent mix. Typically people are using 80-20, IPA with ethylene acetate, absolutely fine. Theoretically, you can use our activator as well, but I think the 80-20 mix is the better one, because it also dries quicker, evaporates quicker. And additionally, what we also recommend, not only for twin lock, but in generally in plate mounting, a trick what most of the printers are not using yet is to deburr the plates. Meaning using a ceramic knife, in best case, you go over the edge of the plate and you're basically cutting away elements which could accidentally lift your plate on the surface. So meaning if this is taking off, you make sure that the plate lays absolutely flat and no solvent can go underneath and lead to plate edge lifting. So we have very good training material. We have people who can come around and train your people. We have posters which you can have on the wall. We can give you brochures with more details, also translated into many different languages. So, and yeah, once you have the plate, the sleeve is prepared, you simply mount it as you know, using a rubber roller, going from left to right. Over the surface, and that's it. So you take it out, can go right into press, printing, take it out again, and at the end you need to demount again. As you can see, quite easy job. And then the sleeve is ready for another job. So that was about twin lock what I wanted to show. I suggest if you have questions that maybe we put it to the end, because I have two other topics I want to show you about plate mounting, our easy application liner, the structured liner, and also the splicing tape. So I'm going back into the presentation. And now let's talk about Softprint Easy application. From the picture you can see already the structure which comes from the liner. So this is the film which covers the product and is very nicely visible also in the adhesive. So this is how the product is built up, and on the right-hand side you can see a real photo view. So we have it available in 4 different hardnesses, and the buildup of all of them is comparable, meaning you have a polyethylene foam backing and a PE filming from both sides to give it a certain stability, but the whole product construction we call flex design. So that means at the end, the 2 PE films and the foam backing in the middle stay flexible. And this gives you some benefits, because together with the structured liner, I can say we have the most forgiving product in the market when it comes to issues or mistakes you can do in mounting. So it's a very forgiving design. So on the top of it, we have the structured liner, and the structure you will be visible on both sides. The one side facing to the sleeve at the bottom, and on the other side facing to the plate. So this is a short demonstration. If we have time, I can also do it live again, but maybe it's not even necessary. What you can see from left to right is how we mount typically the tape, most people do it with their flat hand, but it's absolutely fine. So we have it designed like this. You don't necessarily need a squeegee. You can use, but it's also good with hand mounting. Flat hand, of course, appropriate pressure, and then it works out well. The new surface of our liner has also a silicon system, which makes it very pleasant to work with, to apply the tape. Then in the second step, so taking off the liner, you see it's a transparent version. Also, the color code is very easily visible. And in the third picture, we are rolling this down using a rubber roller. So, and on the second line, you will see how it works. Here, I want to mention also, it's not only about the structure in the adhesive. What I like about this product very much, and now it's a long name, as you can see in the headline, Softprint Flex FEX-EA. So the Flex FEX we have for longer already. We launched it at the Drupa 2016, and since that it was so much booming because the characteristics are just like a dream coming true, I always say, because you have a strong hold and you have an easy release with the plate. So two things which can be very hard brought together, and you must have tried it yourself to believe it. So the demounting is also easy, even though the plate edges are kept very well. And on the right-hand side, you see the demounting of the tape. This is quite, I can say, a strong connection, but this is also beneficial for you because with this, you can make sure the tape won't lift in situations where you don't want to see it. And now I have a movie I would like to show. It is comparing two different products, so a market standard, a white tape, as you can see here, and our medium hardness in Softprint EA. And what the person is doing here, he is trying to entrap some air. Yeah? So trying to close the sides and then go in over the middle and see what happens to the air. On the right-hand side, it escaped fully without a problem. And on the left-hand side, you can see this bubble, which is shifting left to right, but it's not coming out. So the concept works, as I said before, in combination of the flex backing with the structured liner. I see this is the most forgiving product design in the market. So giving you an easier time in the mounting department, also with people who are not fully experienced in plate mounting. And if you've ever tried, it's actually not so easy. Yeah? And also the holiday season coming up, maybe you need to replace people. This is the product which is very easy to mount without creating issues. And also while printing, because it may happen in some designs, we call it window designs, that people used to complain about air being trapped in those windows, like for suites and so on. You might notice where you can look through. And so when you collect air in those areas, it'll be visible in print because it's lifting up and therefore touching ink and transferring it to the substrate. Very painful because you have to stop the press, you have to clean and so on. So therefore this product is supporting you very much. Don't worry, just print. As I said earlier, this is our slogan, and this is not only in Twinlock, but also in our Softprint tapes. Now with easy application, I can stress this and underline this very much. So I just checked the watch. I would skip the hands-on with the easy application because actually I guess most of you interested into this know how to mount a plate with a tape. And we had some nice video material. So then let me finish the session before we come to the question round with tesa Easy Splice Black X. So this is a so-called integrated flying splice tape, our latest generation, and I would call it actually a problem solver. Why is that so? I'm coming back with after I have explained to you how it actually looks like. So you might know our Easy Splice designs already. So we are the market leader in this field, a very, very long time in the market, and specifically in film splicing successful. And the design in most cases looks comparable. So you have this product roll, you have a slitted paper liner. I can demonstrate what we use it for if you have not seen it before after I close this presentation. And then we have some kind of backing. In most cases, it is made of paper. In this case, we made it using a black PET backing. So the black color is just for the visibility. Some people have also sensors who want to see this. But it is also connected to this polyester, which we brought in here. And polyester is a very robust product. So meaning, if you had issues with any heavy substrates with sharp edges or tubular bags, or where you're running with high web tension, then this is a product which for sure won't rip in pieces, but stay very strong. So therefore, the PET backing works also very well. And finally, we're talking here about a synthetic rubber adhesive. You might not be an adhesive specialist, but no problem, we are. And we designed this adhesive specifically for the splicing of unpolar surfaces. So synthetic rubber we have on a variety of different products, but this is a special one, especially high in tech. So what is the benefit for you? It's at the end, it's secure splicing. Every splice break will stop your machine, will take a long time to feed in the web again. So it is a big pain. It must work. It must just work. Very critical process, and therefore we are providing a wide assortment to really meet your needs. And with this latest development, we are closing some fields we still have left open. So secure splicing on top speed, and top speed is, we tested it internally at more than 1,000 meters per minute, and it worked. And typically at least your presses won't run faster than 400, 500 meters maybe. So you're on the safe side with this. And I would call it can also be your problem solver. If you think like, from time to time I'm running a special substrate, always having problems with, then give it a try with this product. I want to mention two specific ones. Actually, we have designed it for. The request came from so-called high slip films. This is the background of, to give you an example, bread packaging. So when you're in this packaging lines, when you're shooting this bread into the packaging, they want to have the surface as slippery as possible, but it doesn't help with splicing. That was the problem, and therefore we developed something new. Or maybe you're converting non-woven products. This is also where it works very well. Again, I want to underline, any product which is hard to splice for you, plastics, so unpolar surfaces are maybe a good indicator. Give it a try. Challenge us. So that was my presentation, and I can briefly show you. Let me go back. Let me go back into the camera mode. There it is. So here I am. I have those products with me. This is the market standard, our 51910, still working very well. So absolutely our biggest seller. But this new product, you should get to know if you're running in any issues with your splicing. So as we've seen before, 2 splitting strips, which makes it even more convenient and more safe in application. We have the slitted liner on that side, and a super high-tech product. So this is unfortunately what I cannot demonstrate you through a camera. You have to touch it, you have to feel it. Let us know if you want to try so that we can provide you a role for. Yeah, so looking at our time, we have already half an hour which is gone, and we would give you the chance now to pose some questions. Originally, I had planned to mount the tape onto the surface to give you a demonstration, but I think it's not necessarily. We should better give you the word to speak up and pose some questions. And therefore, I would close the presentation and demonstration part and hand over back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jürgen, for your nice presentation. Όπως είπα και στην αρχή, επειδή κάποιοι από εσάς μπήκατε αργότερα, υπάρχουν δύο τρόποι για να θέσετε τις ερωτήσεις σας, είτε μέσω του Q&A, υπάρχει ένα κάτω στην οθόνη σας, μπορείτε να το βρείτε και να θέσετε τις ερωτήσεις σας γραπτός, ή αν επιθυμείτε επίσης και προφορικά, μπορείτε να πατήσετε εκεί που λέει Raise Hand και ο υπεύθυνος, ο τεχνικός μας θα σας δώσει την ευκαιρία να υποβάλλετε τις ερωτήσεις σας προφορικά. Είτε απευθείας στα αγγλικά, στον κύριο Γιούργεν, ή και σε εμάς, και εμείς θα το μεταφράσουμε. Αν έχετε κάποιες ερωτήσεις, ευχαρίστως, τώρα είναι η ώρα να τις θέσετε. Μάλλον ήταν όλα πολύ ξεκάθαρα από τον ομιλητή μας. Παρακαλώ, μην διστάζετε. Εδώ είμαστε εμείς και ακόμα και δεν χρειάζεται να υποβάλλετε την ερώτηση στα αγγλικά. Θα μπορούσαμε εμείς να τη μεταφέρουμε στον ομιλητή.
So this is the chance for you to pose any question. I'm almost 20 years in the flexo business. If you have any question. So I studied printing technologies. I worked for the German FDA as a lab engineer 4 years. Spent some time in Heidelberg at a press manufacturer and came then to tesa, and always have been in this field of splicing and plate mounting. So that's the chance for you now to pose questions.
Θα περιμένουμε ακόμα λίγα δευτερόλεπτα. Αν δεν υπάρχει κάτι, θα ήθελα πρώτα να σας ευχαριστήσω για ακόμα μια φορά που είχατε έτσι το χρόνο να συμμετέχετε στην εκδήλωσή μας. Φυσικά, εάν προκύψουν κάποιες ερωτήσεις αργότερα, μπορείτε οπωσδήποτε φυσικά να απευθυνθείτε είτε σε μένα, είτε στον κύριο Γεωργιάδη, είτε στους διανομείς μας, της εταιρείας Ιντερκολόρ και Τσολάκος, που είναι στην Ελλάδα υπεύθυνη για την πρόθεση των υλικών για τη φιλοξενογραφία, και θα είμαστε πολύ χαρούμενοι να σας απαντήσουμε. Δεν βλέπω κάτι, οπότε νομίζω τώρα ήρθε η ώρα να ολοκληρωθεί αυτό το event. Jürgen, there are not any questions, so I think you're a very good presenter, so everything is clear. Thank you for that.
Thanks a lot.
So now it's the time to close. So, σας ευχαριστώ και πάλι για τη συμμετοχή σας και όπως είπα, αν χρειαστείτε οτιδήποτε, μπορείτε να απευθυνθείτε στους πολιτές μας.